I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Pretty
You
good.
made it to octafinals or double.
Congratulations. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's look at your, let's look at the value of life and talk about how you came against my value of quality of life. Now you said life comes first, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, just because something is necessary, does that mean it's superior?
Absolutely.
All right. Because something is necessary, that means it's superior.
Yes, especially in this context. If you cannot enjoy the quality of life, then there's absolutely no value to it.
All right. Okay. So let's say that you were walking in the snow, for example. Now you would agree that it's necessary for you to have your shoes, right?
Yes, I would say that it's necessary to have your shoes.
All right. Okay. Now would you agree that it's also necessary to be able to protect your head from the cold, right?
I would say both are necessary, yes.
Both are necessary. Okay. All right. Let's go on to talk about your. You brought up a reason to prefer, I believe. You
Yes,
talked
sir.
about the rights hierarchy a little bit. Now,
Yes, sir.
was that essentially saying that since life is necessary, it's more important than my value of quality of life?
Yeah, essentially what I'm saying here is that the rights hierarchy is a system of weighing which rights are the most important.
Okay.
When you prove
Right.
that the one that is proven to be most necessary and most important should win the round.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let's talk about the Liberty City 7 attack that you brought up in your case.
Mhm.
Now, and you talked about an FBI sting operation.
Yes,
Is that what
sir.
you call it? Could you give me quickly the details of what that operation was?
Yeah, essentially what a sting operation is doing is it's a federally mandated operation that is actually invading the privacy of the people that they're going on
All right.
to.
How does it invade the privacy of the people that they're going on?
Well, obviously the people that are being invaded upon or the people that are being surveilled or watched
Okay,
don't
so
want to
they're-
be watched.
all right, so
so their
they're-
right to privacy is being violated.
All right. So who was being surveyed or watched in this case?
It was the 7 extreme cultists.
All right. Now, could we agree that these citizens were planning to take other people's rights?
I would say so, yes.
All right. Okay, thank you. Now let's go on to talk about. Now you wanted to talk about how the Sears Tower went on to implement more security measures, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, would you agree that when people go to the Sears Tower, they agree to go through these processes and they agree to go through these security measures?
I would say so.
All right.
But of course, people would prefer to go to those security measures rather than being bombed.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about national security a little bit. Now, can we agree that the government is the one that has to define, identify, and stop a national security threat?
Well, when we're talking about it in this circumstance, the government, yes, is the one that has to
Okay.
stop the national security
Right.
threat. However, we have defined national security as what you defined it as in
Right.
the round
Okay.
day.
But the
So
government. All right. But the government is the one executing national security, right?
the government is going to be executing
Right.
the national security
So
operations.
the government
yes.
has to decide what it needs to stop, right?
Well, actually, we've decided because we've defined it in this
Okay,
round.
right, but the government is using our definition that say just execute or stop a national security threat.
Well, theoretically, yes, this is
Right.
a debate round that is completely based around hypotheticals, and of course, real-world examples are brought into the mix. But in this particular circumstance, our definition is the one that is going to be followed by the government.
Our definition.